hello.
Hi, Weston. Good to see you. All right, Weston. That's yes, yeah. Having a good day.
Yes, having a good day.
Having a good day. Yeah. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday, and yeah, that's right. By the way, I believe it's Mother's Day this Sunday.
Oh, Mother's Day this Sunday.
I think so. I'll just have a look again. Just double check this. Mother's Day. Yeah. Mother's Day in. Yeah, I know that it's a little bit of a combination of things. I know in America they have it. I think ours is probably about the same time. I believe it is slightly different. Yeah, look out for that. Oh, Mother's Day in yes, 9th. Hong Kong. Yes, okay, all right then. Be warned. Okay, no, just right. So that's the thoughts, Weston. Just thought maybe I'll just slide that in there if you're interested. Make a little card for your mum or something. Yeah. How do you celebrate Mother's Day? Do you have any arrangements at all for her day, the Mother's Day? Do you usually family go for?
Eat outside and to be treat well to my mom.
Right. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Or maybe it's a meal. Possibly. Yeah. That she doesn't have to cook. Maybe that's it. Yes. However, yes. Well, all guys are usually thinking what to do for that. Anyway, yes. There's a bit of a history to that, and that will be covered next week. In traditions will be Mother's Day will be something that Greg will cover next week. Okay. I'm just checking with Addison at the moment. It looks like she might need me to step in for TED Talk. She's based in India at the moment, and so it's a bit of a problem over there, of course, as you know. So I was just checking that for her at the moment. Sometimes these things happen, Weston. So anyway, here we are. Decisions. We're going to have a quick look at this about meetings. We will see about next week, and there'll be some decisions about whether we complete the courses. There's actually 2 more classes after this. Making decisions, counter offers, bargaining. Yes, bargaining. Have you ever had to bargain before? Have you ever done any bargaining? No, I guess not, probably not, Weston, but sometimes when you're bargaining, you're trying to, if you're in a market, trying to reduce the price of something. Have you ever tried to say no? Yeah, it's like bargaining, barter. You're trying to reduce the cost of something, but it's bargaining is about trying to help make a decision. Making decisions, Weston. How about we just read through these phrases? Key decision, tough decision. Right. Do you find it easy to make decisions? Are they quite hard to do sometimes? Decisions. Making a decision. Depends what it is, isn't it? Decision. So, okay then, Weston, the CEO makes key decisions about the company's future. It was a tough decision, but we had to change supplier. Okay, Weston, just read those through.
The CEO makes key decisions about the company's future. It was a tough decision, but we had to change supplier.
Yeah, tough and key. Tough decision. So it's a very tough. Have you ever had to make a tough decision? Yeah. Key is like a key importance. Just like important, isn't it? So tough decisions. Yes. Is it a tough decision to go to school?
But
No
I
choice.
but I have to go there, so I cannot decide.
That's true. I'm sorry. I was just. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, poor decision. Okay, we had to fire our last marketer. Oh, apologies for that. We had to fire our last marketing manager because he made too many poor decisions. Okay, yeah, Weston, just read that through there.
Poor decision. We had to fire our last market manager because he made too many poor decisions.
Come
We
to a
asked
decision.
We
Sorry?
asked the boss about the budget again, but he still hasn't come to a decision.
Great, well done. Key decision maker, person who makes extremely important decisions. Key decision maker, project manager, possibly. A key decision maker, usually it's bosses, aren't they? Managers, executives, directors, they'll decide as well if they have to. All right, Weston, just read that through.
The best person to talk to is Mike Stevens. He's the key decision maker in the company.
Mike Stevens. So possibly a small company, maybe if it's or the director of operations. Right, okay, decisive. Decisive makes a decisive decision, means you're very strong, definite, decisive, clear decision. Indecisive, you're not sure, unable to make a decision. So it's sort of indecisive, not clear. Right, Weston, okay. Decisive, right.
Decisive. Your leaders need to be calm and decisive difficult situations.
Great, Weston, yes. Yes, and then working with him, yeah.
Indecisive. Working with him is very difficult because he's so indecisive.
Indecisive, that's right. One more time, indecisive.
Indecisive.
Yes, absolutely, indecisive. Any example? Is there sometimes any, do you find sometimes at school something that's indecisive, or school is very decisive about how things are run? I guess they have to be decisive, don't they? We have to be very clear.
Okay.
Yeah, at school, I suppose, Westerners are, have you ever seen something that's indecisive or met, or has there been somebody that cannot make a clear decision?
Me.
Yeah, you met someone?
Me.
Yourself, okay, right, okay, Weston. Is it hard to make decisions sometimes? Yeah, sometimes we're caught up in two minds. Have you heard that term before? Sometimes I'm caught up in two minds. I'm caught up in two minds. I'm caught in two minds. I'm caught up in two minds. I'm caught up in two minds means I've got two heads, two minds. I've got two heads thinking differently. So indecisive. Sometimes that happens in life. So very especially difficult in a meeting. Having second thoughts, change your mind. Not sure about a decision you've already made, or to change a decision or an option. Okay, then. She accepted the job offer, but now she's having second thoughts. Okay, let's read those through there, Weston.
Have second thoughts. She accepted the job offer, but now she's having second thoughts. Paul originally agreed to work on the project, but then he changed his mind.
Excellent. Right. So let's have a look at that. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay, then, right, Weston? We can leave on Thursday or Friday morning. It's up to you.
You can leave on Thursday or Friday morning. It's up to you.
Yeah, we gave
We
Maria.
Maria all the information. Now it's up to her.
Up to him. It's up to her. It's up to you to choose the next class or not. Okay, or it's up to you, depending on your schedule, when to join the next class, Weston. That's yeah. Can you make a phrase? Can you make a sentence with "it's up to you"? Would you like to try to make a sentence? Or it's up to him. It's up to her.
You can choose to eat rice or noodles. It's up to you.
Yes, that is good. Well done. We get lots of choices, don't we? You hit a very good point there about, I'm having second thoughts about having rice because it's, yeah, or yeah, eating something.
I like different flavor. You want to choose the spicy one or a little bit, like the noodle, like ramen.
Yeah, I've just changed my mind. I'd like to have ramen instead of, have you ever had that situation where, oh, I'm having second thoughts. Can I change my mind? I'd like to buy, I'd like to have ramen instead of rice. You know, there are times when we do this, isn't it, Weston? And this is where the choices can cause us to have second thoughts. Right. Okay. That's really up to you. Great, Weston. That's really making decisions. These are just some of the phrases: key decision maker, poor decision, come to a decision, key and tough decision. That was a tough decision that we made to get the project finished. Right. Okay, then. So let's just do a couple of counter offers and bargaining. I'll just blow this up a bit more for you. This is just, you'll notice the underlying phrases. Again, it's just to try to help you focus on some of the phrases that are quite useful in meetings scenario. The purpose to this, well, this dialogue is to propose an offer, to express a hope, to make a condition. To express a hope is to try to help guide the negotiation to express a wish, but not necessarily a decisive decision. It's just a suggestion, okay, a hope that can guide it a little bit to add more room for flexibility. Let's have a run through this dialogue, Weston. Let's have a look. So if I'm Phil and you're Hank, let's try this. So, hi, Mr. Jepson. I'm Phil Dunn. Thanks for meeting me today.
It's good to meet you, and thanks for coming by. The delivery truck you are interested in is parked out front. Did you have a chance to look at it?
I did, and it's exactly what the company is looking for. I'd like to offer you $4,000 for it.
Oh well, someone made me a higher offer by email about a half hour ago. What's more, I was hoping to get at least 5,500 for it.
Whoa, okay, maybe he's a salesman. He's trying to be clever. Okay, is that really true? Okay, well, that's a bit too steep for us, but I'd be willing to go as high as 4,600. That's my final offer, though. Of course, I'd have to take it for a test drive before I pay for it.
Of course, I tell you what, if you take it off my hands today, then it's yours for 6,000 and 4,600. Here are the keys.
Yes, $4,600. So he's really, that's really quite a come down, isn't it? He's gone from 4,000 to 4,600, but he's looking for 5,000. Is that a good deal? Do you think that was good for Hank? Do you think that's a good deal? Gone from 4,000, offer 4,000 to 5,500.
To buy a truck. So for it's like for 40 to 50,000 of Hong Kong dollars.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm thinking usually what happens is the price, because actually this is just what happened to me over the weekend, Weston. I've got myself a second-hand car, and we did something like this. And he was offering £1,350. We offered £1,200, and then we came halfway in the middle, so it was £1,275. So it was like, there was the gap. I'm offering this, he's offering this. We come in the middle.
I don't because I didn't buy car before, so I don't know what means really cheap, what means really expensive.
It's usually second-hand, Weston. Second-hand, let me just show you the picture of it. Nissan Notes. Was that the one on Marketplace? Is that the one? Yep, there it is. Still there, yes, okay, yes. So he was offered, sold, boom, sold, yes. It wasn't this price, it was 1,275. So I offered £150 less, but then he accepted £75 less. I've already applied for the insurance. I'll have it out on Friday. So this weekend, we'll be able to drive it out. So it's a Nissan Japanese car, second hand, but usually, Weston, you could add another zero on this. If you're buying it new, it will be about 10,000. So I'm getting about 10% of the actual price of the vehicle, but you notice how many miles, kilometers, 101 kilometers. So it's done a lot of miles already. A lot of.
It seems to like to have a record. Like, I'm to challenge this car to 100,000 kilometer, and over it, I will sell it to others.
Yeah,
Totally,
you know that
100. It's totally 101 kilometer and sell to others.
Yeah, what? Yeah, yeah. Some people are able to change the dialometer. I don't know how, but they sometimes make the the distance less. But yes, people will look for something like 50,000. If it's second hand, someone else has driven it. 3 owners, Weston, 3 owners before. So I'll be now the 4th owner. But the previous owners have driven it a lot. It is a little high on the mileage, to be honest with you. Usually 50,000, half of this would be more suitable. But
and normally car will be out of service or kind of broken at which kind of length?
150,000, I think, kaput.
So this car in some meaning that is already have
2/3 life.
2/3 of its life.
Yeah, you could say it's 2/3 of its life is probably, but some cars do go on to 200,000. It depends how many, it depends really on the vehicle and the make and how strong it is. Yeah, I think though, if you are buying a second-hand car, usually you don't buy more than 100,000. This is an exception. I did that sort of study about the previous driver. So it's generally not too bad, but there are going to be some changes on it later this year. So, but that was part of the negotiation, a little bit like that, Weston. It was, and yeah, I said something like, I'll be able to, if I reduce it, it was going to be 1,200. I did say that I will pay 1,200 and I'll pay you today, right? But he didn't accept. He preferred 1,275, but delivered the following day with insurance, no, with the tax already changed over. I would then have to tax it, but then process was on its way. Yeah, but he also said he was going to meet someone else the next day too, which is sales talk. It may not be true, Weston. Okay, he was saying, well, skill,
said,
yes,
if you don't give a higher price, he said that very politely, but the real meaning is meaning that I said that there is a person, maybe real, maybe fake, said that I may give a higher price. So if you don't give me also a higher price, then I will not give you the car.
Yes, yes. You know, it's, oh, what's that called?
Give me a higher price or say goodbye to this car.
Yeah, that's right. There's a name for that. Bluff. Call my bluff. Bluff. Let me just double check that. Bluff. Attempt to deceive someone into believing that one can or will do something. So, okay then. You can, okay, to call my bluff. Call his bluff, call my bluff. I'm not going to, yeah, to call my bluff. It's like, maybe you just don't know whether it's true, whether it's not. Yeah, he was saying that someone else next day, he was saying, and I was going to meet him on noon. And he said, tomorrow noon, we're going to meet someone else. Anyway, but notice this, Weston, that he'd been listed on the marketplace, Facebook marketplace for 4 weeks. So I was thinking, he's been there for 4 weeks and suddenly you're going to meet someone tomorrow? I don't know. It's like, well, why didn't you meet them earlier? You know, it's, mind you, it was a holiday. You know, we had the May Day holiday. May Day, we have a 3-day holiday break. Did you have a May Day holiday, Weston, in Hong Kong last weekend? May Day, May the 1st, was that a holiday? May.
Yes, the first day is holiday, but it's also but because of weekend, so I don't have extra holiday.
Right, Weston. Yeah, I mean, again, I was just trying to add up the situation. Was he true? Was he not? Was he calling my bluff? Calling my bluff? Deceiving me? Was he trying to deceive me? So this is all about I before E, except after C. I don't know if you heard that phrase before. I before E, except after C, Weston. That's when you're looking at that, there's a C there. I before E, except after C. It's a phrase we use. So then it's EI there. So it's a phrase we use. Yeah, Weston, that's that. Yeah, we're run out of time. But that's a little bit about counter offers. Gives you a good example. That's just good timing today to do so. I'm just checking with Addison at the moment, Weston. She is in India. I don't know if you know. She's from the US, New York, but she's currently with her husband in India. So she's trapped in India at the moment with the COVID situation. You probably know. And she
2 o'clock.
She caught COVID last week, so I'm having to step in for her for the next class, Weston. So it's up to you, Weston. If you wish to join me in the next class, there's the phrase. If you change your mind or have second thoughts, you're more than welcome. You can make a decision, or if you're in. So yeah. So basically, Weston, it's up to you to come and join me in the next class if you wish. Your choice, Weston. Okay. But unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that Addison can't make it at the moment. The internet down there is not so good. So I shall be taking her class now. All right, Weston. Okay. Anyway, hopefully that's some useful phrases. And welcome to have a look at that. We've got 2 more classes on meetings, and then we'll be moving on probably to Muse or something like that afterwards. Right, Weston. Okay, have a great evening. I'll be going into the other classroom now. Welcome to join. Feel free to do so. It's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Weston. All right, then. Maybe talk to you soon. Okay. Take care.